All right, everybody, Bryce here coming at you with another market update. And guys, it's been a great day of trading in the markets. And in fact, what we're seeing is a sincere bounce. A lot of these DeFi tokens that we're really big on, that we've got in our model portfolio, these things are actually starting to rally pretty hard. One of the reasons that why we think that they're rallying is pure exhaustion by sellers, right? So people have been, the market's been selling off basically for 3 months. And what we're seeing on the exchanges is the borrowing rate for margin is actually flat. So there's general just apathy by shorters, essentially, that nobody's really getting aggressively short right now. And so what that does to the market structure is it kind of just evens things out. And what we're seeing is just kind of this equilibrium. And now that, real natural market demand is starting to step back in, that's starting to boost prices up. So that's a really good thing that we're seeing. Another thing that we're seeing in the market is, Kathy Wood, who runs the ARK ETFs and the ARK investment trusts and all sorts of stuff. She's a technologist. She was really big on Tesla and a lot of the space exploration companies. Just the other day, when Bitcoin dipped below $30,000, she bought 1 million shares of the Bitcoin Grayscale Trust. So her funds are buying the dip. But what she just did today was she announced that she filed a Bitcoin ETF with the SEC. So she's got a great track record of lots of ETFs. She's got a great track record of being kind of the go-to tech investor for a lot of Wall Street. And her opinion matters and it kind of ripples through. And so the fact that she kind of staked her claim and she filed for an ETF, now not to say that the ETF is going to pass or anything like that. I think it will. I think it'll be passed this year. But all that to say is that there's motion, right? The prices come down and institutions continue to mobilize, right? The price comes down. Institutions aren't panic selling. Institutions aren't saying like, okay, now it's all over. Bitcoin fell 50%. No, they're saying, wow, Bitcoin fell 50%. Now is the time to continue to invest in the market at these cheap prices and continue to get active, right? These low prices are incentives for big money to continue to spill into the market. And so that's kind of what we're seeing. Where I think a lot of the money is going is actually going to continue to go into the Ethereum ecosystem. And why am I saying the Ethereum ecosystem? Well, for one, just today I saw a key metric that Ethereum has surpassed the daily active addresses. So like the daily active amount of wallets that are trading and using Ethereum surpassed that of Bitcoin today. And that was actually for the first time ever. So that's a really, really key metric to show kind of where the activity is going. And it's starting to go towards Ethereum. And the other thing that I saw was on CNBC just today, Jim Cramer came out. He said, a few weeks ago that he has sold all of his Bitcoin. Came out today, he said he bought a lot of his crypto back, but he put most of his money into Ethereum as opposed to Bitcoin because that's where the usage is. So I think that trend is going to continue. And even if you look at the Ethereum crossed pair with Bitcoin, right, the ETH BTC chart, you see that Ethereum is gaining even in terms of Bitcoin. So it shows that I think that, kind of the demand is starting to come back, that natural demand. Everybody who's wanted to sell or who has, panic or fear or any of that, they've already sold. And so a lot of that sell pressure, a lot of that resistance has been cleared out. You're looking at, very, very, very strong divergences as well on the daily charts on, RSI and just general momentum indicators. And so long story short, I think we're seeing a kind of an apathy by bears, not much aggressive shorting in an overall environment that's conducive to prices that it will rise over the course of the next few months. Again, I'm not saying that I think, this is, we're going to see a huge move tomorrow or anything like that. I think we're still sort of in this sideways price action, but the long-term trend, right, that long-term uptrend that has been carrying price for years. In fact, I saw today, since Bitcoin's inception, since the very first day it was invented, up until today, it has had an annual average return of 300% per year, right? That's pretty impressive. You're not going to get that sort of return anywhere else. And kind of on the flip side of that, you're not going to get the same sort of volatility in any other asset class than you see in Bitcoin. So long story short, this correction is natural, and we think that it's absolutely worth buying. And again, if you guys aren't already tracking our model portfolio and keeping up with our trade alerts, I highly recommend that you guys check us out. And again, just hit that big orange button below to subscribe. You can see how we're navigating these markets for $1 for a 2-week trial.